This is the last time I will ever cover anything on this woman. I promise you that. Seems like Amber Rose concocted the most creative scheme to get back onto our feeds since her dedication to MAGA. She has not really been on my feed, and to see her show up on Club Shay Shay, I will say I was pretty disgusted. But today I wanted to talk about a few things because knowing Amber, she knows how to shake things up and get people talking about her, even if you don't want to. But I thought this time around, she's definitely losing her touch. She's coming off very desperate to get back in the limelight, and I honestly think that this time she's done. But first, let's talk about her claims that she's been to every Diddy party since 2009, I believe, and she's never, ever, ever experienced the freak off. She says that I've been to every puffy party, every white party since 2009. I've been to every party. She stated that if these freak offs were happening, it's on a completely different day than the actual puff parties. It's not the day because every time I was there, Puff was there the whole time. He got the Ciroc. He's on the DJ booth. He's the host of every party. I will say that. Then she says that she had a conversation with her best friend, Ray J. And then she asked Ray J about the freak offs. And she's like, Ray, did they invite you to a freak off? Because they never invited me. And I've been at these parties. Why didn't I get the invite? Maybe they know I don't get down like that. Just another way for you to toot your horn, girl, and act like you over there saved and sanctified, not doing anything freaky. But you would think maybe an assistant would come up to me and be like, hey, you like girls? Never. No one ever told me that, or Ray J either. Me and Ray J were talking about it, and I've been to the party, the after party. I never seen none of that stuff. But that's not to say it does not happen or invalidate people. Then why say it? Then why say it? Why say it? What's the point? You wanted us to know that you were there. You want to place yourself at the party. I hope this is Halloween because that outfit is hideous. It's hard to, she says, it's hard to know what's true or false when it comes to Diddy's legal battle. We all feel that way. None of us really know what's going on with Diddy. None of us do. But I just feel like she has a knack of just kind of coming in and spinning stuff. There are things in the Club Shay Shay interview that unnerved me, but I'm going to try to stick to what's going on with this. It really depends on the evidence because they did say there were drugs in the baby oil. That's allegedly, she said. I don't know because the internet is fake. You don't know, but if that is in fact true, then that is a problem. What are you adding to the conversation? You've let us know that you've been to every white party since 2009. Aren't you lucky? Okay, you were never invited to a freak off. An assistant never thought that you were a candidate. Could it possibly be because you were his friend's ex that he didn't want you to be involved? Could it possibly be that you aren't his type? Could it possibly be because you run your mouth so much? He didn't think to tell you because instead of telling this story right now, because you like to keep things in your pocket and leverage them when it's beneficial for you, could it be that he didn't tell you because he knew you'd have something to say? Perhaps he knew that all along, that someone like you would actually say something. But that never dawned on her. And in that interview, she also said that she was no longer a feminist. She said she was no longer a feminist, and she gave the reason, which was so weird. She said, I've had girlfriends lie about terminations to get money. It's disgusting. This is why I'm no longer a feminist. These are not examples of feminism. These are like really cruddy people. These are horrible people. They don't have nothing to do with feminists. But I thought it was funny because Jamel Hill was like, nothing she said had anything to do with feminism. Feminism is about advocating for gender equality, for the right of women to be compensated fairly, maintain bodily autonomy, and to be safe from harm. Her shitty circle of friends has nothing to do with any of that. They're not the same. One does not meet the other. What are you talking about? I saw the dark side of what women can do. Really? Have you looked in the mirror? You guys are extorting men. You guys are extorting men. It's you guys, not the lady who has made a name out for herself because she dated a celebrity rapper and has made herself relevant by going from rapper to rapper. No, not her. Not her. Not her. You guys. Um, Lying about pregnancy, saying you're on birth control when you're not, to trap him. Are we to believe that you are now a woman of virtue? Do you think that you were cleansed in the MAGA waters and now everybody else is out here trying to gain people up? You started your career in a strip club. I mean, I'm just trying to understand, like, what is happening right now? Is she leveraging her white privilege? Yeah, I hate to say it out loud, but it's like, it's classic pick me rhetoric. The black community knows you. We're looking at you like, girl, don't play in our faces. Perhaps MAGA doesn't know you that well, and you can pretend to be a first lady over there. You are her. I'm looking at the slut walk. And the thing that really pisses me off is that Amber Rose didn't even think that she needed to do any research. She didn't think that she needed to rehearse any talking points to do this video. This is how little she thinks of the black community, because these are the people that watch Shannon Sharp's show. She paraded around the MAGA folks and fully wore out her welcome over there, I believe. And to come back here and pretend that you're a woman of virtue and that you're somehow better for having gone through that process, conveniently putting your name in the same sentence as Diddy so that you can ride the wave, or turbulent waves, because this whole Diddy thing is not a good thing, of his name because it's relevant, mentioning Kanye as well, not your ex-husband, not a baby daddy, but a casual boyfriend that has moved on, and hasn't said anything nice about you in a very long time, because you don't have anything else going on. And then to put the cherry on top, she decides to share, after several years, that the reason that her and Jocelyn got into a fight is because Jocelyn at her. So with this interview, you have thrown your name in the ring with people who are pro Diddy, and you know that's a small list, so you stick out. You say that you're no longer a feminist. You say that Trump is doing an excellent job in his first 45 days. You state that he is pro choice, which is a lie. You say that the media has misconstrued his image, which is a lie. We see who he really is every day. He allows us to see what he's like every day. He's a narcissist. He enjoys that stuff. There's no one that can fight him on that. We see him for who he is. And on top of all that, you throw in this accusation that this woman wanted to be with you. One thing I know about Jocelyn, and I've been watching Jocelyn for years, Jocelyn don't have it in her to not say how she feel. Jocelyn has probably lost out on a lot of opportunities because she can't keep her mouth closed. She has an inability to keep her mouth closed. And if she had wanted you, we would have heard it on tape. She would have let us know. And if she didn't let us know, someone else on that cast would have let us know. You know what else about this whole thing? Nobody's corroborating your story. It's been 2 years since this happened, and you've talked about it a bunch of times. And when you were really upset and you were really mad, you could have said something about this back then. But now you're trying to capitalize off of this whole movement of women who are trying to seek redemption for things that happened to them. It's weird how you say that Diddy may or may not be the guy that's doing this thing, but you also want to put yourself in a victim box when you jumped on that woman for no reason. And you really should have gone to jail for it. Because no matter what somebody says to you, you don't have a right to put your hands on them. And some people still feel like you lost the fight anyway. So, I mean, there's that. I don't really care because I think fighting is stupid. But when it comes down to it, no one's corroborating your story. There's been no celebrities and no cast members, no crew that has said yes, you know what? That is what happened. And if you watch the episode, you can see that Jocelyn grows increasingly upset because she thinks that Amber denies her blackness by saying that she's mixed, insisting that people must acknowledge both her white and black, or I forget what it is. For her to insist on that in a way that seems like it's disrespectful to her African ancestry. Okay, that's not how I feel. That's the way Jocelyn saw it. Tempers rose because of that. We've all watched Jocelyn on TV. She has no problem saying if she want to do something to somebody. And I've seen Jocelyn hit on someone, like flirt with somebody, and then actually beat on someone. Like, she has no problem inserting the two. That was never present. This happened a couple years ago. You never said anything. Why would you hold that back? People would have been on your side if that was the case. And where's the footage? I'll wait. The footage doesn't exist because it didn't happen. There's no evidence. Your word against hers. Another thing that crossed my mind is that Amber came on at a time where having online feuds was a part of getting publicity. It was a part of the any publicity is good publicity days. And so she would start beefs with people to get notoriety. This stunt, her going on to Shannon Sharp's show, which I don't know I don't even know how to address Shannon Sharp. She's MAGA. She's telling black people that everything that we feel about Trump and what we're experiencing right now isn't real. I have no respect for anybody that wants to play in my face, especially somebody that doesn't see themselves as a black person, but dresses herself up in a costume of a black woman every day, who wants to be in front of a black audience, who benefits in black spaces because she's in costume, who has gotten her body done to look like a black woman, who attracts the attention of black men, but yet doesn't want to say, I'm a black woman. Why would you have her on your show? Like, who's this for? Is this for you? Are we seeing your hit list play out? Nobody wanted to see this. Nobody asked for this. There's so many interviews that we could have just said, hey, how about this one? But if you're looking to shock your audience, like, how about just tell us that you're not interested in bringing on guests that we want to see? That's the shocker. You're not interested in bringing on people that we can relate to, people that share our political views, people that see themselves a part of our community. You could just say that versus do this. One thing I love about this whole thing between her and Jocelyn is, like, Jocelyn only responded a couple times, and her messaging was so clear that the media outlet that allowed this to be aired will be dealt with, that these allegations will be dealt with, that she was not only a survivor, but that she thought that frivolous allegations would affect victims in the future and how she did not take this lightly. That's the energy that we're on, while also living her best life, like while she's doing whatever she's doing in London, and paid this no mind. I bet she didn't think that Jocelyn was going to react like that. Because she's playing with an old handbook. It's an old handbook. You don't know what else to do, and you're going to run out of places to tattoo. How many more shock moments do you have in you? I mean, we're in our 40s. Like, how many more moments do you think you have to do this silly stuff? I mean, perhaps Trump can drag you up on stage for the next 4 years, but how's that working out for you? I mean, I'm sure the bills are paid, but you don't have that social currency that you want before, that you wanted and had before. And I know that's eating at you, which is why you just decided to jump in the fray, hoping that as you spin all these tops that someone would turn around and say, Amber, we missed you. We didn't. We didn't. I gave her the benefit of the doubt because I thought she was one of those tragic mulatto types, you know, that just didn't know where do I fit in the world. And honestly, we never should have accepted this person in our community. And every time we do, they take the opportunity to take our niceness and wipe their you know what with it and put it in our faces. This is the last time I will ever cover anything on this woman. I promise you that. I made this video about 4 times and it was a lot nastier than this. I went to that little funky slut walk too. I did. This one. It was at a time where I was championing women's movements and there had been a women's march in LA and it was awesome. And so I was like, what is the slut walk? What does this mean? And she was putting so much energy into it and she was making it seem like it was a dedication to the sex worker community. And there are a lot of women, gay, and trans folks that are part of that community here in Los Angeles. Think about it. And I was like, okay, so I never even heard it referred to as a community. And I did not know that this was a way to make these folks feel seen. So I was like, I think that's a cool thing. Now, we don't want to promote the lifestyle, right? But we do want to connect with these folks. So I was like, I'm down to go. When I say that it was a SHIT show, understatement. She came out in an outfit dressed as a superhero, calling herself Captain Save-A-Ho. I think that's when me and my sister got back on the train and went home. I mean, there was some exhibition type moments, of course, you expect that. There were some, people walking around holding up signs and things of that nature, but it was just foolishness. There really wasn't services available for people. Think about it, HIV testing, maybe like services like, let's say for instance, if people are homeless, people need to sign up for food stamps or WIC or, immunizations, food banks. Like there's so many opportunities in Los Angeles. A lot of these people are homeless. A lot of these people are being managed by pimps. A lot of these people don't have their own autonomy. They don't have mental health services. They don't have medical or health. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see where I'm going with this? So I was like, this is a human interest project. This isn't about, hot hookers. But it was hot. It was hot Hookerville. Hot Hookerville. I was like, I got duped by this fool. Came all the way down to downtown LA on the train with the with the crazy people, thinking I was going to have some sort of enlightenment. Oh, I was enlightened that day. So yeah, Amber Rose inserting herself in conversations that nobody invited her to, bringing up old bones for bodies that have been buried and people have moved on, and then trying to stir up some new drama and reconnect with her old pal Trump. But we know how Trump does, because some people he'll pull you in just for the moment and then he'll have you escorted out, kind of like they did with Omarosa. So while you're telling these black people, you're literally telling these black people, hey, he's a nice guy. Hey, he's done amazing for our country. He's he's so cool. He's pro-choice, man. Just ignore what the media says. That's not going to make him pull you in anymore. He's already used you. He's already got what he needed from you. I'd be really interested in seeing if you were on his side for anything. We didn't see you in at the inauguration, did we? I didn't. I don't remember seeing you because I would have picked you out. I would have. I would have been able to see you. I like Candace Owens more than I like her. I know this was a dark episode, and if you made it to this point, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Cecily Jamelia, and this is my channel. So, if you want to hang out sometime, why don't you go ahead and press that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I might see you around here, huh? Talking about this heifer. There's no more room on your face. There's no more room on your leave your face alone. Leave your face alone. All right, you guys. I'll let you go. Bye.